Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the ranch. Had a little break from YouTube for about 10 days or 2 weeks. Just had a lot going on with the holidays and Christmas. And my mom and dad coming to town from Colorado and spend some time with them and my brother and his family. So a lot going on, but wanted to jump back on here and wish everyone, hope you had a Merry Christmas. I wanted to wish everyone a Happy New Year as 2023 is wrapping up. So I'm over here at the ranch today. Well documented the drought problems we've had this year, and a lot of people, a lot of you had the same drought issues across the country. What's interesting to me in agriculture is when you first get into it and you're kind of a newbie like I am, from year to year you encounter situations that you're not really prepared for, and they're problems, and so you got to think fast on your feet and make do. So my problem this past week was very little rain. I've been feeding a lot of hay. Well, over the past week we've gotten about 3 inches of rain, and last winter, most of the winter when we were feeding hay, the ground was frozen, didn't have to deal with mud. Well, this year we ran into a problem at the home place where I had the hay situated at. It got extremely muddy. I actually couldn't even get the hay out of there. So luckily we got enough of it. We got enough of it pulled out to feed the animals, for the sheep and the cattle. But you know, you just run into problems where I didn't anticipate us having so much rain, where it'd be so muddy and having to feed hay. So that was not fun. The other thing that so I use the Greg Judy bale unroller to unroll the hay, and typically we can haul bales of hay across the road, and I've got lots of hay over here at the Carter James Ranch in really great spots. But my biggest problem is I like to buy the biggest bales possible, meaning 5 feet by 5.5 or 6 feet, so big bales, and they fit on the bale unroller. But my issue is it doesn't crank them up all the time far enough off the ground where they can ride the whole way without getting torn apart by the ground. I actually tried it one time with a bale that I didn't get all the way off the ground, and it didn't turn out well. I ended up losing, a quarter of the bale on the road, and it was just a problem. So anyhow, just been a problem with a lot of mud. But wanted to show you, speaking of hay, wanted to flip you around here and show you the South Pole herd and what they're crunching on today. All right, so we're out here in the front pasture. Actually, I don't know if you can see on the camera. I'm gonna zoom in that big cow right there, that old cow. Look at those birds on her back. Love seeing those birds around where they can get flies and insects. But there's Comanche laying down, the white face looking at us. But we've got a lot of hay rolled out here. There's Cheyenne right out there. He's our newest young bull. He's a red color. And then we got one of our bottle calves, Bree. She's out there. But I wanted to show you, so we've got unrolled a couple bales of hay out here. Got some brome unrolled over here. Also have a bale of brome that we tried to lift up high enough to take over to the home place, but couldn't get it, so we just unrolled it out there. This was a bale of oat hay that was kind of baled a little wonky, wasn't really evenly baled. Anyhow, we just put it out here, so we're basically bale grazing this. But I wanted to show you, we just let them into this paddock this morning, and I did a short a little while ago about brome hay versus the oat hay. This is the first year we've had oat hay. Look at that girl, Chica, right there with the horn. She's just burying her head in there. I'm realizing with the oat hay, and I'm hoping some of you can help me with this, educate me. So they don't eat, I've seen some of the cows eat this stuff, but it seems like they're really burrowing down in there to eat the individual oats. Like they get down in here, and you can see there's some, let me see here. Yeah, there's some oats down in here. Seems like that's what they're burying to eat. So I got a feeling this is going to just end up being, carbon on the ground, and they won't clean it up like they would the brome. But I've just noticed that they crush it. They love it. So try not to feed that unless it gets real cold or wet. There's a higher protein content in this hay than there is in the brome. But it's just amazing to me how they will, look at that manure pat. Woo! Look at that, that's what we want right there. Yep, nice and soft coming out, not chunked up. But as you can see, we're getting some sunshine. We've not had sunshine for too long, probably 4 or 5 days actually. So it's this is a welcome 41 degrees today, so it feels really, really well, really good. But yeah, see, they burrow down in here. Probably get to these oats. Yeah, we've got these little blackbirds hanging around. I'm not sure what they are, but I hope they stay around. Hey girl, how you doing? But like I mentioned in our last video, I think 2 weeks ago, yeah, we really don't have any stockpile. We're going to be making it through the next two and a half months on hay, and it's just what it is. And I kind of knew that was going to be the case. I thought we'd get the grades a little later into the season if we would have gotten more rain, but just because of the numbers of scaling up the herd. So I guess it's okay to do that if you know what you're doing, and we're just trying to put down a lot of hay to protect the ground. But yeah, these cattle are just soaking it all up. Wanted to show you over here. This is, I gave them this big pasture. It's a big L. Actually goes back kind of behind the church over there. For about the 2 days we got rain. I mean, you can still see there's standing water in there. What's interesting is we got 2 to 3 inches, probably the last week, but there was a day where we got about 2 inches over a 24 or 30 hour period. And I'm actually really surprised we had as many standing water places. It just, I guess the ground just got saturated. You know, you'd think you'd have standing water if you got a 2-inch rain per hour, but you know, I'm thankful for the moisture. Would have loved to have it a couple months ago, but we'll take it when we can get it. Hey baby 30, how you doing? You got him a nice little spot right in that hay, sunbathing. But we've just been rolling out the hay here, covering the ground over here. We've unrolled 4 or 5 bales, so I think we're going to have some good, hopefully some good matter. You can see over here we unrolled some oat hay, and you can see how there's a lot left. I've come through and been spreading some of it out a little bit so it's not as thick, but you know, we put brome out here and they really clean it up pretty well. So pretty well. So yeah, the mud problem is a problem I have not encountered yet, and with getting hay, I'll definitely be, if I do need to store hay at the home place, definitely need to find a different place to store the hay. It's on a hill a little bit, and just didn't anticipate there being mud, so that was a problem. And the bale and roller would be perfect for smaller bales. I could transport them from property to property, but with getting the bigger bales, it's you know, I found 2 I could get off the ground about 1 inch, and I can make it, but it's too big of a gamble. Too big of a gamble. So that's what we've been dealing with here, but they are loving the oat hay. So just want to get on here and wish everyone a happy new year. A couple days early here. Hope your year is ending up well, and we're just thankful to be getting some moisture and having the sunshine. And you know, God is good. God is good, and just continue to seek the Lord. And as we watch the world, there's a lot of chaos in our world these days. Look at these guys, they're snoozing here. They got those birds on their backs. Comanche's just sleeping right there. Yeah, so the herd is all doing really well. So I appreciate you guys all watching and coming along for the journey as we continue to try to build the ranch. And next year is going to be an exciting year, as we're right around the corner from calving season in the spring. That's only a couple months away. I say a couple months, maybe 3.5 months, but that'll be here before you know it. So anyhow, hope your year ends up well. Happy New Year to you. God bless. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.